Today I have with me Aleksandra Maric. I hope I pronounce your surname correct.
Yes, it's perfect. Yes, that's how you pronounce it. Yeah.
And we will talk about Metaverse strategy, fashion and luxury industry. So would you like to tell us a bit about yourself and what you're doing?
Yes, of course. First of all, it's so amazing to talk to you again, Adriani, and thank you for the time and the opportunity to talk about this topic, which I think is really interesting. My background, for the past 6 years, I have been running a fashion and luxury consultancy, brand and business consultancy. And apart from that, I have been teaching at various universities across Europe. My subject is management of fashion and luxury companies. And since several months ago, I have founded a company, a project called the Metamaze. And basically, we are offering business solutions for the metaverse, new business models, innovative business models, communication solutions. Basically, we are giving solutions to companies and brands on how they can best enter this new era of the metaverse.
Okay. Are there lots of people who are interested in enter the metaverse?
Yeah. Actually, if we look at numbers, it's still a small percentage. If you look at the total global population, sometimes the people that work in Web3, we feel like everybody's talking about blockchain right now and the tools that have come out of blockchain, but basically it's still not so many people, which actually gives us so many opportunities for everybody who is a first mover. There is so much, opportunities and just space right now for anybody with a creative solution or a project or idea on something that can be applied in the metaverse, in blockchain in general. And so basically the onboarding process is still going on, but I think that in the next 5 years we are going to see a huge advance of the metaverse.
Okay, and just I'm curious, which country you think is most into metaverse, according to your opinion, of course?
We are used to having maybe the USA being on the forefront of technological startups and, a place where the technological startups want to go. But I think now this has changed. So basically, I don't feel like there is one country actually, because I've heard about so many different metaverses being built in different places. Everybody's working online now. So many teams are working from various places and building virtual ecosystems. So I don't think I can point to one country in particular.
Okay, let's talk about fashion. I think it's the girls' best topic, right?
Favorite, one of the favorites for the girls. Yeah.
Yes. But now,
yeah.
Because to interrupt you, but because we have discussed previously about fashion and luxury industry in metaverse, I know that it's a bit different of how we define it in the real world, let's say. So can you just explain, first of all, what is fashion in the metaverse? How does it work? How people actually react in the metaverse? What do they do?
Yeah, well, the first thing that I would like to say is that in previous years, with the advance of internet, Web 1, Web 2 era, you know, fashion was always among the last ones to adopt new technologies, especially high fashion brands. You know, they were the last ones to adopt e-commerce. They were very reluctant because everything was, you know, leaning on the physical product and the experience that you get in the shop. So they didn't even want to go online. Now, with the fact that we're building virtual worlds, you know, and of course, we are going to have avatars, we are going to have virtual representation of ourselves in the virtual worlds. Of course, there has to be clothes, you know, that we have to wear something. We will want to be presented in a certain way. And this is why now fashion is one of the first ones. It's one of the first movers when it comes to metaverse. And for fashion, there has already been so many opportunities, which are just going to increase with time because, well, first of all, the way that our avatars are going to be dressed, that is the main thing that is already happening in gaming, you know, in Roblox, in Fortnite, also avatars in Sandbox or Decentraland, you know, that is what is already happening, you know, and fashion brands are already launching their collections. So you can buy a virtual garment, which is sometimes followed by a physical garment or a good or not. And then the other thing is retail, you know. Brands are already building spaces where they are going to build new, you know, retail experiences in the metaverse. But the thing is that many are still like what I like to call like sitting it out. They're still waiting to see how they can transfer this physical experience into the virtual worlds. Because my advice for everybody would be, don't just replicate the physical, you know, store. Don't just make a virtual copy, you know, a twin of the store. That is fine in some cases, but the metaverse is giving us so many new possibilities. You have possibilities that you have never had in the physical world. So I think we should, you know, give some space for our imagination and to come up with ideas. There are going to be new concepts presented in these virtual worlds. You know, for example, imagine if you were going to buy a luxury bag or any kind of garment, and then you go into the virtual store and you talk to the designer of the famous global brand himself. You know, people are going to want to pay for this kind of experience, you know, and they're going to want to experience this new additional thing, for example, that the brand might want to offer. Apart from that, I think that our digital closets are going to be more important than our physical closets in the future. It's very scary for all of us. It's very scary for everybody who is scared of spending so much time in the virtual world. But I think it is happening already, and it will happen even more. And I think for maybe our kids and the kids of our kids, they're going to spend so much time in the virtual worlds, and they will want to look, you know, cool, to present themselves, their personal brands in a way that suits them. So basically, we're going to have to come, you know, with terms with the fact that this is already happening. Metaverse is here. It is here to stay. It will not go away. Many brands are already employing, you know, chief metaverse officers. Gucci has just now employed a person that will be in charge of their Vault project. It is their online presentation of different collections, NFTs, etc. But on the other hand, he will also be the chief metaverse officer. So this just shows that it is here to stay. The metaverse will not be going away.
Okay, so basically, what is the difference of luxury goods, let's say, in fashion into metaverse? I mean, how would you define luxury in metaverse?
Well, this is the interesting thing that we are, still, we're waiting to discover. What will be the luxury experience, and what will be the luxury goods in the metaverse? Some of the NFTs that have been sold for millions and millions already, they can be, a new type of luxury goods. I think what we consider to be luxury is going to be redefined. And NFTs, in my opinion, are just one of the tools that we're going to see developed in the future. That is what is happening now. Something else might be happening in 3 or 5 or 10 years. But our understanding of luxury and what a luxury good is will change, because even now, when you ask a Gen Z representative, somebody who is young, and then ask somebody who is, maybe their parents or their grandparents, what are their preferences when it comes to luxury goods or what they would like to purchase, it is going to be completely different things. Just the taste, the fashion taste of the new generations is completely different. So I think that it's yet to be defined. It will be defined as we go. But I think that the virtual luxury goods is going to be more and more accepted as the years pass. Now for somebody who is 50 something years old, they're probably not going to want to invest into an NFT and spend millions on an NFT, because they don't understand it necessarily. They don't see the use of it, the value of an NFT. But I think for the future generations, this is going to be completely different.